Hey everyone, and welcome to my review of the LEGO Marvel Superheroes Thanos Ultimate Battle Set. Its set number is 76107 and comes with 674 pieces. The main build itself is a very interesting design with lots of different shapes, but still manages to be a very sturdy model. And all around it has lots of very different angles and different shapes, which creates a very nice ship. The dome-shaped canopy piece is the same piece I believe they used in the last Milano set, but looks very nice on this ship and definitely fits in. The build around the cockpit piece is very nice and definitely has a lot of interesting shapes and design details. The shape of the wing flows through the whole body and is also very sturdily attached, so they're not going to fall off anytime soon. And looking at it from a more forward angle, you can see what shape the wings are at and what angle they point at. Even these pieces at the front are at a different angle to the main wing. From the underneath you can see how big the wingspan really is and how big this model actually is. There are also a lot of stickers on top of these wings to add for more detail. And on top of each wing you will find a pair of stud shooters which are very easy to fire off. And on the tip of the wing you can find these long triangular pieces that can be angled in very different ways. There are also two more of these around the back of the ship. You can also slightly move these pieces up and down. If you want to, you can also count these pieces as a moving feature, but the only purpose they serve is for a play feature, which I'll go over in a different video. For the engines you get these two on the back of the wings here, and on the underneath you have these round ones that can spin. On the underneath you have this nice little build for some air vents, and then some other details that really fit into the ship. Now on the back of the ship it does show a lot of these anti-studs, but that again plays into this feature that I mentioned earlier. Now the first part of the interior we're going to have a look at is the cockpit, and you can of course lift this piece up, but then for easier access you can lift the entire front section up. And inside you'll find this little cart that can be easily taken in and out thanks to the fact that it is attached by a ball joint and clip. Now this cart can hold both Star-Lord's and Gamora's weapons and also has a nice build for these engines in the back. And then you can of course place both figures inside their seats and slide it right back into the cockpit. And then looking inside it does look very nice. And in the front there's a very nice sticker for a control panel. Next up you can pull up these flaps to be able to lower the ramp. That will give you a very nice view all the way through to be able to see out the front windshield, which looks excellent. And again, for some better access you can remove the roof. And looking from the top inside you can see that the walls have some very nice stickers on them, and the floor is all tiled off with some brown seats towards the front. Also there is this very nice doorway leading through to the cockpit area. You can see two figures inside these seats, and there may be more room for more figures towards the back of the ship. But what that space is really used for with this 2x2 jumper plate is to hold the Infinity Gauntlet in its stand, and that just plops right on there. And it does take up most of the room but does look really good. And to close everything back up you just put the roof back on, fold the flaps and lift up the ramp. Now I think this new build for the new class Milano is excellent, looks great on display. Not the best out of the three sets, but definitely looks good and is an excellent effort. Here is the first figure of the set, Star-Lord. He has excellent torso printing but unfortunately does not have any leg printing. And that excellent print for the jacket does carry around onto the back, which looks great. Here is a closer look at his face print, which is the same we have had for previous Star-Lord figures I believe. But it is double-sided to give you a more angry looking face, which is very much appreciated. Here is Gamora, and she has very nice torso printing that carries down all the way through the legs to represent her coat. And that does carry around into the back, which again looks very nice. And looking closer at her face print you can see all the tiny little silver details. And her secondary face is a more aggressive one. The third minifigure is the new Iron Man suit with his bleeding edge armour, and the print for this is incredible, which goes all the way through down to the legs and actually looks amazing. You'll also notice his ginormous backpack, which we'll take a look at later. And you can't actually see his back print with this backpack on, so we'll just quickly remove that. And this back torso print is just as good as the front with amazing printing and detailing. Now his helmet mould is very nice, and to lift up the flap you can find that he has his hollow projection face on. And on the flip side he just has a more normal face. For his accessories he does have two of these Power Blast pieces that look very nice. He also has these two long builds for these longer Power Blast pieces. And he does of course include his massive jetpack build, which looks very nice when put on his back. And it does stick out quite a lot from the figure, meaning that you can't stand him up normally when you have this on him. But it uses 4 of these long Power Blast pieces to represent the engine boost, and also uses 4 stickers on the long wings. And to attach onto his body it has this very nice newly designed piece that clips onto his neck and has 4 connection points. So this is definitely the best Iron Man figure to date that LEGO have released. And finally here is Thanos, the villain of the set. Now this big fig does not have a lot of printing and is quite bland throughout the whole fig. He doesn't have any back printing whatsoever. Now he does have this nice build for a sword, but he does not use that in the film and is completely inaccurate. Another huge inaccuracy on this figure is his helmet mould. It does have some nice printing but just isn't what he has in the film. But he does have a grey face print which I like very much. But I am very disappointed with this figure as he is one of the biggest things to hit the MCU so far. But they did manage to put the correct version of Thanos on the box, so I think LEGO were just being lazy on this occasion. Now you can of course keep his left hand as it is with this standard mould, but you can also swap it out for the much desired Infinity Gauntlet piece. And that's just attached to his arm with a standard Technic piece. Now taking a close look at the Infinity Gauntlet and its stand, you can see it's a very nice mould with a few stickers on the stand, but it's a bit short for my liking. And this set does include the Reality Stone which fits on in the middle there. Now this set in my opinion is the best out of all 6 Infinity War sets from that line. It has a great build with this Milano type ship. And the minifigures are a great selection, however I would have wanted to see one more, and as I said I'm really disappointed with this Thanos figure. Now as I mentioned earlier, I'll be doing a video in the future to do with that play feature, which involves the Thor's Weapon Crest set. There'll be a link in the description to that review. But anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.